wondering, and that's it for my monthly maintenance vlog. Looking put together 24/7 is one of my non-negotiables, so here's my high maintenance monthly routine that keeps me low maintenance every other day. Okay, so first up is hair. You guys already know I live in a protective style whenever I'm not traveling, and I'm super active in the gym, so having my hair braided just makes it so much easier to manage my hair and an active lifestyle. So this month I decided to get stitch braids, and I went to my girl Riri, and she always gets me right. I got design stitch braids, and these came out so cute, and it was a total of $175. Okay, next up is skincare. I love to get monthly facials, especially
Whoa.
since I'm in deep wedding prep mode. I have a monthly
Whoa.
membership at Face Foundry, and I
Hold on. I thought we was already, I thought we might just only have to knock out one or two things, maybe three or four maximum. Did you see that list?
this
Hold
month
on.
I decided to get stitch braids, and I went to my girl Riri, and she always gets me right. I got design stitch braids, and these came out $175. Okay, next up is skincare.
Look at this. Look at this list. So she got like 8 things on the list. So let's look at everything we got to do. We got to do hair, skincare, nails, lashes, laser hair removal, massage, fitness. So you understand what this means, right, fellas? What seems to happen when you start dealing with somebody is then all of a sudden all this stuff gets transferred onto your plate. And this could even be they could even be trying to make it seem like you got to pay for this in 2026. They'll try to make it seem like you got to be responsible for that before you even go on the first date. It gets that bold. It gets that egregious. But let's watch a little bit more. Then
My
we'll get
nails
into some other
done, and I go
things.
every single month to Rose Guitar Nail Bar. My nail tech Kaden about $140, but because
Yeah,
this was a fill,
skincare.
I only paid. It's meant for me to have some me time
She
and
get a
just like relax,
massage.
since I've been under a lot of stress with wedding planning and just like navigating a lot of multiple moving parts. I paid $312 for my Soul Cycle membership, $299.
She paid what? See, you know what's crazy? When I looked at that list, I was like, okay, well, the fitness part is going to be almost free. I'm just assuming she's just going to the gym. I'm like, okay, that's how she caps it off. She just gets her little workout in. She's taking a class. She said her soul cycling membership, which I'm sure she still also has a general gym membership as well. But the cycling membership costs how much a month?
Glow from inside out. So I paid $312 for my Soul Cycle membership, $299 for my ClassPass membership, where I get to try out like fun fitness classes, and about $289 a month for my Pilates membership. I did not include personal training and my gym membership because my fiance takes care of those, which
Yeah.
brings me to a monthly.
Didn't I tell you? My fiance takes care of those. With all those memberships, it wasn't just one. It's a cycling. It's another one that was something else. It was Pilates, and then she still has the general gym membership, which she's at a higher tier general gym, which could indicate just that she has more income. But then we still have to understand: do we really need all these things? Because we're paying for this with our net income. Do you really need all that just for your fitness? You would definitely be able to do all that. I mean, not do all that, but you'd be getting more further ahead if you were investing. But listen, I can't tell people how to spend their money, but her fiance is paying for all this, and if you got time to do all this, I mean, that's a lot. Just on the gym side, in total, that was about $1,000 for the each class membership for her fitness was like 300 a pop. She's over like $1,000 just for that gym piece. And remember, it was a list of like 8 other things. Wow, this high maintenance is getting crazy. But didn't I tell you? She said my fiance finances these things. Listen, man, I'll tell you right now, that's a liability if I've ever seen one. But some brothers out here like liabilities. And she could be an asset in other ways. I don't know. But I'm just saying that is a lot to have to maintain. And that is you have ultimately become a direct and a high overhead expense. But y'all, before we get into some of the next clips, if you could like the video, I'll greatly appreciate it. Only takes a second, and it actually helps out more than you know. And it's really just a click. Really just a click. So if you're here anyway, you might as well click that like button. And also, if you can hype the video as well.
Then girls like to get their makeup.
Dang, this video is not even going to hit for real compared to what we just watched. But it blew me when I saw the caption. The caption says, point of view, $900 maintenance is unrealistic, question mark. So she's asking, is about $1,000 a month, I'm assuming, in maintenance, is that unrealistic or not?
I seen the status that was like, oh, you must be one ugly female if your maintenance $900. First of all, nails and feet 160. Then depending on your hairstyle, if you're getting bundles, a wig, 400, 300, 400.
Real quick, let me make a point real quick because I seen something off here on the side, and I want to make a point because this is really the egregiousness of some of this maintenance. Take a real good look at her real quick and lock this in. Lock this in. Because ultimately, if you asking if $900 maintenance unrealistic, take a
First of
real
all,
good look. Take a look at that. And I'm not talking about it, but I'm just saying I'm about to make a real good point. Because she's talking about the maintenance. And ultimately what maintenance is to keep something up to being a certain way. If we're talking about beauty, then obviously you're maintaining to maintain a certain appearance that if you did not do all this maintenance, it would probably regress the appearance that you outwardly showcase. So she needs about $1,000 to go from this to what I seen here off on the side. Apparently this. Let me see if it's gonna pop up.
constantly remind myself that
Same person, y'all. Same person. Same person. So $1,000 a month, she can maintain this. That's incredible, but at the same time, that's scary.
I seen the status that was like, oh, you must be one ugly female if your maintenance $900. First of all, nails and feet 160. Then depending on your hairstyle, if you're getting bundles, a wig, 400, 300, 400. We're already at 550. The install be like 180, 200. That's $700.
The install.
Then girls like to get their makeup done. Thankfully, I don't have to do my own makeup. But if I really do need to go my makeup, I would. Makeup $100. Some people charge 120. So 150 plus 400, that's 550. That's the nails, toes, and that's the hair. That's only the bundles and the wig. 550 plus the install, 200. That's 750. Oh, girls like to get their lashes done. So 750 plus 140, that's already 890. Then if you want to get your makeup done, 890 plus 100, that's 990. I seen this.
You know, it's funny. I feel like in the future there will come a time where it'll be like cyberpunk and where people will get all type of cybernetic parts added to their body and it may even be outward, right? It may somebody may you may get a bionic arm and you may be able to get a bionic eye where it can see like a bird's eye and you may actually be able to eventually at some point be able to add machines to human biology and it'll kind of be like cyberpunk in the future. And I feel like cuz she's saying words like install and all this and I know she's not like doing a lot of actual permanent cosmetic surgery. But as we see, a lot of women out here are doing a lot of permanent cosmetic surgery just normally, like it's nothing. Like they're not even afraid of the fact that they're going under the knife. They'll be spending their last, even going in debt, feeling like they need to get this. And there's no fear for the possible complications, as well as just the fact that, again, you're opening up your body when you don't need to. I don't go under the knife unless it's absolutely, you know, essential. But we see a lot of men, it's a lot of women, especially that have no problem today going under the knife. They're not even afraid of it for real. I feel like, man, when we get to the point where you can get cybernetic stuff and cybernetic parts, for the women, it's going to be like, it's nothing. Shoot. They'll go under the knife like it's nothing these days. But I digress.
Pay for your nails, your hair, your eyelash, your wax. Niggas shouldn't even deal with you. You're broke.
Hold on. It's, it says, sis, you're broke. Stop dating.
I'm gonna keep it a bean. Nails, your hair, all that shit, wax, your eyebrows, eyelashes. Y'all supposed to have that shit under control. A nigga supposed to help with real shit. Your maintenance to yourself, you supposed to have that. If you don't got that, a nigga shouldn't even be dealing with you. A nigga gotta pay for your nails, your hair, your eyelash, your wax. Nigga shouldn't even deal with you. You're broke.
Look at her face. I'm curious if she agrees or not. Because she has like an attitude face whenever he's talking. And he didn't say anything, in my opinion, that I think is crazy. Well, actually, he did. What he said that was crazy, in my opinion, is he was like the ninja's supposed to pay for everything else. No, you're grown. What are you talking about? Are y'all? I mean, if you're married, then traditionally and conventionally, you all's incomes and ultimately your sum of money should be pulled together. But if not that, then a ninja don't got to do nothing. What are we talking about? He's like, yeah, a ninja pay for everything else. That's how y'all moving out here. You don't have to pay for everything else. You don't have to pay for even the things that he's talking about. So I don't know. I don't know what you know. You already starting off wrong. I agree with half of it, but then the other half that you're saying you're still responsible for, you are not responsible for that. Especially in the modern century where everything is equal now. If it's gonna be equal, then it's gonna be equal.
Can't even deal with you. You're broke. You broke. And don't come up here and be like, oh no, I just be wanting him to pay for it. No, you pay for it. That's your maintenance. That's your self-care. That's your self-love. Like you do that for you. And when there's bills and real shit going on, then he could come in and step in and help you.
If you're broke, you should not be dating. And this goes for men and women. If you require a man to take care of your nails and your hair and your basic maintenance because you cannot, baby, you should not be dating. If you require a man to take care of your hair, your nails, and your basic maintenance because you just feel like that's his obligation, baby, you should not be dating. For those of you who are new here, I am a certified life coach. I specialize in love and relationships, self-development, and finances, and I have been doing so for close to a decade. Now, if a man decides that he wants to take on the responsibility of your upkeep and of your maintenance, cool. All the more power to you. Knock yourself out, sis. But this should not be your requirement in looking for a man. And see, this is a problem that occurs with a lot of women when it comes to dating, is you have these very materialistic, you have these very fickle requirements. And so what happens?
Well, let's talk about this, man, because I see the sentiment of a lot of ladies freely and openly and boldly and loudly feeling the need to constantly declare that they're independent, that they're independent. And funny enough, typically when people have to be so loud and obnoxious about something, if they have to be so loud about it ultimately, then it typically probably isn't internally true and actually true. So typically, when it's funny, you see the people who are the loudest about, oh, I'm independent, oh, I'm independent. All they get assistance. Even the way that they framed this, he said, need and help, need and help, because that's how they'll literally be explaining it to you. Oh, you're not there when I need help? Need help. That's how they say it. Literally, it's phrased verbatim, just like that. Need and help. Like a homeless person, but yet everybody's independent. And we got songs about it and all this type of stuff. You know what's crazy? This is how you know it's not true. Because for men, men have to be independent. And ironically, you never hear a dude boldly proclaiming that they're independent. Because if they do it, they're gonna look like a plumb fool. And people gonna be like, okay, and what? What did you act? What have you really contributed? They're gonna anybody's gonna be like, man, don't brag unless you bragging about what you contributed for other people. That's the only time that a man can actually brag about something. But we'll see a lot of the ladies out here bragging and proclaiming about doing the bare minimum, taking care of yourself. and whatever responsibilities you decided to take on as well that came as a result of your decisions. So, yeah, it's like needing help and independent. If you gotta, anytime you see somebody that gotta loudly say something and brag about it, a lot of times it's either not true or it's still an insecurity about it. You could be independent right now, but for me, independence is more of a mindset. Because sure, you could be independent if you're in a good situation, as we saw a lot of people be when everybody had their good jobs. Uh Circumstance that is recent will be like the federal cuts where they cut a lot of the government jobs, and that actually affected a lot of black women. And so, yeah, y'all were independent and everything was good when you had your stable job. But again, it's a mindset because once you lose it, now all of a sudden you revert back to needing help. Whereas if a if most men lose their job or whatever, they don't think that they can go to the government assistant office. They're not going to be looking for chicks or other men to tell them I need help. They're not going to, in general, that's just going to be a part of the journey. They're going to have to figure it out. They're going to have to still do whatever actions are required, irregardless of the stress that they're going through at the time. And they're not going to be able to come online or do anything looking for sympathy. So,
Is when a man fulfills that, you end up missing out on the things that actually matter in a potential husband. You miss out on character, you miss out on integrity, right? You're not paying attention to the things and the traits that will display that this man is the type of man that you actually want to be in relationship with, or you actually want to.
My lashes look crazy.
her caption says, "Maintenance is officially making me broke."
Y'all know what truly make me sad as fuck is that I am no longer a freaking strip lash type of girl. Now I have to start getting lash extension because every time I do my makeup, I put on my lashes. My lashes look crazy and I look fucking cockeyed. And I cannot afford to look fucking crazy. Like, this is ridiculous. And I pretty much know how to do everything for myself. Hair, makeup, learn how to do my own nails. Like, I know how to do a lot of things for myself. Like, when I choose to get them done, I just feel like...
Is that what that is? Is it a certain lash? I do see a lot of pictures of a lot of y'all ladies. And it'd be like the more done up y'all look, the more like cockeyed y'all look when y'all take pictures. Has anybody else experienced that? I have noticed a lot of ladies now, they be all made up and with lashes, everything lace front. And then they take the picture, especially with the flash, and they be looking cockeyed. I'm glad she said that. I actually did notice that now. I actually have a frame of reference of that when she said it.
Like, when I choose to get them done, I just feel like, because I don't feel like doing them myself.
And she looks like she
However,
would
how
be
the
one of them chicks that would be looking cockeyed when she gets real done up too.
freak am I supposed to learn? Like, but I just gotta start paying for the shit, and then like I have to get a refill within the same month. Like, everything just, what the fuck? Like, I'm so annoyed, bro. Like, I'm looking at my lashes in this video. Like, you gotta do better, girl. Like, y'all know what truly make me sad as fuck is
Like the folks who be,
His caption says, "I can't stand an uppity and bougie person that's broke."
man, y'all know one thing I can't stand, bro. I can't stand a uppity, bougie person that's broke. Like, how you bougie and uppity, but you broke? How you want to be so luxury and so broke? Like the folks who be having the most money be so down to earth and so cool, bro. You know what I'm saying? But folks that really ain't got nothing, I ain't gonna say that about all the folks, cause some folks do be having money and they bougie. But my thing is, bro, I can't stand a person that's bougie, that ain't got nothing, that ain't got too much of nothing. Like, if you know you ain't really got it like that, bro, why is you bougie like that? Man, that stuff be killing me. Man, faking like a motherfucker. Faking like a motherfucker. Want folks to think you got so much and ain't got nothing. That's the worst shit ever, man.
Yeah, I mean, I've never seen somebody at the bus stop that wasn't fresh from head to toe. I've never seen somebody waiting at the bus stop that wasn't fresh from head to toe. So I can agree. I think it's just a mix up of priorities, as well as one of the main ways I've seen people who are in destitution be bougie is they'll especially be bougie with their time, as if they're using their time productively in the first place. Oh, they'll be real, like if you've ever seen a real successful person, somebody that's really got motion, that really got ish to do, you know that time is money. They don't got no time to waste. There's people in poverty with no job that act like that. And it's like, and they'll even work jobs. They'll be acting bougie at the job. Like, nah, I can't do that. The job might tell them, hey, I need you to stay over an extra hour. They're like, nope, can't happen. I'm scheduled to work from this to this. And I got a strict deadline. And it's like, really? You need to be trying to get all the money you can get. But they'll be acting bougie with their time. Nope. I got an appointment at 6 p.m. I work from 9 to 5. I got an appointment at 6 p.m. Meanwhile, their appointment be with their homeboys to go play the game. They all said they was gonna be on the game at a certain time, playing online.
So I need to see you without all that because I want to strip you of all that.
That's a big projection. That's a big projection. Sometimes people will project and it'll be projection, but it'll really be a defense mechanism. It'll really be a defense mechanism. It's just like it's just like when somebody addresses some women's behavior or whatever, and it'll be like, why are you like this? Or why are you super hyper aggressive and loud for no reason? And then it'll be like, oh, you just can't handle all this strength or whatever. I'm just strong. You can't handle it. You weak. No, you just do a lot. And so a lot of the times people will project, but it'll also be their defense mechanism. And it'll be, when I say defense mechanism, what it truly is from a manipulation standpoint is it's called a deflection, which that's defense, right? If you got a deflect system, then you're on the defensive, you're defending yourself. But you're doing it in a way where it's only biased to you. And so it's subjective as opposed to actually addressing the objective truth. If you're loud, then you're loud. If you want to just say you're loud, then say you're loud. But you don't have to project and then try to mirror it back on another person in order to just completely take away from it in a way that actually doesn't make any reasonable sense whatsoever.
I need to see you without all that because I want to strip you of all that because I ain't got it. When a man says that to you, he wants to strip you of everything. He doesn't want you to have the thought process of maintaining yourself.
And here's the thing too, because you know that this is how you know it's a deflection. Because any reasonable person would know that that's just simply not true. See, you can just let somebody talk, and if you don't just state it plainly and accurately, then you'll just take it and run with it. But be honest, y'all. Like, if a guy is saying, I want to see you without your makeup, is that an attempt to strip you of everything? Strip of what? Why is that your everything to begin with? That's not an attempt to strip you of everything. Either he just, because the cognitive dissonance that we have is that women will act like they're doing makeup for guys, but really they're doing it for other women. Because it's very clear that most guys don't really prefer makeup. So he's not trying to strip you of everything. That's really what he prefers. And another thing, if we're just trying to come at it from all angles, another thing it could be is he could just want to know what he's getting, right? He could just want to know what he's getting truly, especially because you all have been able to start doing wizardry with this makeup. I've seen where they have been able to take a man and through makeup allow them to really look like a real woman. You all can change your entire facial features with makeup now and literally change your face. And so that could also be a thing, but to just act like it's something that they're trying to strip you of and oh, they're doing it because they can't afford it. If you're talking to the guy, then you already know that they can't afford it. Let's be real. Unless, are you just saying that you don't know how to take a look at a situation and look at context clues and be able to come to conclusions. Y'all assume anyway whether guys have it or not based off of things that don't really matter. You'll assume because somebody has the new Dodge Challenger that just came out that they got money. Meanwhile, they be the brokest people, and then it's gonna get repoed soon after. And then you'll see somebody in an old beat up Toyota, and you'll assume they don't got no money. Meanwhile, they could have 500,000 in their brokerage account. So again, you see how deep we get away from what it truly is with all this deflection, and so it's real. You're not going to be able to have any type of productive conversation when people are deflecting so far in left field to where it's almost to the point to where they're just throwing stuff at the wall and seeing if it's going to stick. And a lot of times it does stick because we don't lay it out clearly like that, uninterrupted. Because understand, if you were in person and you were just stating the clear facts, you wouldn't be able to do it uninterrupted to where you can get your full point off. The second one truth would have came out, then you would start getting interrupted, over talked, and so you would still get lost, and then you would get, imagine when it's so many different deflections while you're still trying to convey your original point. You get completely off topic, and this is what a lot of people have to deal with in trying to communicate with people a lot of times today.
You to have the thought process of maintaining yourself.
I said, why her makeup around her eyes look like, you know, when you be out on the beach all day with sunglasses on and you decide to take them off and your skin is lighter.
Okay. We don't got to talk about her personally.
60 to.
Let's see.
So this says a list of
Okay, he gonna read
things
it.
women need for maintenance is going viral. $60 for wax, nails and toes, 75 to 130, hair, 80 to 400, facials, 60 to 150, brows, 12 to 30, and lashes, 80 to 120. So that little 100 that you trying to send is not enough, sir. Fellas, we think this is a joke.
Oh, wow.
Because our haircut.
Wow, they said, so the bottom line that they put at the bottom was they're outlining all the costs to say, so that little 100 you try to send, that's not enough, sir. Send more. Send more for what? And it's really some guys that fall for this. It's really some guys that can be gaslit and that can ultimately be coerced into what they are obligated to have to spend out of their hard-earned money. I think that's incredible. You'll never be able to get me with that. I fully have autonomy over how I'm going to be. And there's no type of construct that you construct, whether it's in the time now or whether it's even you trying to hold me to something traditional, that if I've evaluated and it doesn't align with whatever it is that I'm ultimately measuring it by, you're not going to be able to force me into that or coerce me into that. And I think more guys need to be like that, which is ultimately just standing on business and just standing on righteousness. But hey.
Fellas, we think this is a joke because our haircuts are what the fuck their brows are. But they not lying. Okay? One time I got me a good little payday, and I was like, I gave my lady the card when she was going to get her lashes and her brows done. I just said, yo, get whatever it is that you need. It's on me, don't even trip. And she looked at me square in the face and she was like, nah, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? You can buy me something else. I was like, yo, what are you talking about? Like, come on, like I'm trying to. You always, you know what I'm saying, take care of yourself. Like, you know what I'm saying? Let me do it. You know what I mean? Like, I got you. And she was like, no, I don't think you understand. Like, this shit can get expensive. And I was like, bro, it's brows and lashes. Like, how crazy can this shit get? And she was like, okay. It's like, bro, here's the car, get out. Went to go pick her up. Mind you, it was 3 hours later.
She manipulated you, man. She manipulated you. That's called reverse psychology. Listen, see, we be overcomplicating this stuff. If she's doing all that, I don't think you want to do that. Oh no, you can't handle that. Trust me, you're not up for that, big boy. She was using reverse psychology, playing on the men's natural ego to basically show and prove. But listen, man. Yeah, she played you. And then she framed it in a way to where now you can't say anything after she basically spends whatever. I wouldn't be surprised if everything in totality for her is normally $200. And because she used that reverse psychology on you and basically went ahead and set expectations and then set it in a way to where if you say anything afterwards, she can be like, well, I told you, when really she didn't tell you. Because if she was going to tell you, then instead of doing this, I don't think you're ready for that. I don't think whatever. She could have just literally said, well, listen, let me just let you know it usually costs about $600 for me to do everything. So I'm just letting you know, I'm just preparing you. And then you could have made a decision. But instead, she used reverse psychology so that she can come back later and then act like it's on you. So you fell for that. I mean, what I had to realize, man, it's a lot of simpletons out here. Simpletons. And I'm gonna be real, man. Like we're beyond the second quarter of the we're in the third quarter of the year, man. So my my F's to give are starting to waver until I get a reset next year. So it's only gonna get progressively worse. Where I'm gonna just start calling it like it is, man. If you fell for that, you're a simpleton. And what I realize, there's a lot of simple-minded people out here that just it it's like, come on, man, be falling for the craziest things and just be so oblivious and so easily manipulated. And it's really no helping them. There's really no helping them. Sometimes it'll be your own friend and you try to advise them and you try to let them know, hey man, it's not a good situation. Trust me. You going out sad out here. And they just won't get it. It'll never click. It'll never click until they just ruin their life. It's kind of crazy. And it's sad at the same time. Y'all, we'll leave it there for the day. If you could like the video, I greatly appreciate it. Only takes a second, and it actually helps out more than you know. And also, if you could hype the video, hype is a new feature that YouTube offers where it helps smaller content creators like myself. And basically, when you hype, it actually pushes us to the extent that it pushes the larger content creators. So you just press the hype button and it shows the points. And since I am a smaller creator, a smaller channel, we actually get more points per hype. And hype was designed for smaller channels. So that's why. But if you come across a video and you don't see the hype button, then it's probably been over 7 days. And hype usually vanishes after 7 days. So for that reason, it's usually best practice if you want to hype to go ahead and hype while the iron is hot on a newer video. And then also if you want to become a member of the channel as well, join buttons on the video. And what becoming a member of the DXU family will come with is you would get badges next to your comments where it would show people that you are a member whenever you leave a comment, as well as you would get early access to content and also exclusive content that's not available for everyone else on YouTube. So again, if you want to become a member, join buttons on the video. But until then, I'll see you in the next video.